Hey guys, welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? Hopefully you guys had a great weekend and a great start to the week. Markets today were on fire. Dow up, S&P up, NASDAQ up. Unfortunately for me, CCIV wasn't up. It started up and then it went down, but I did have a couple of bright spots in the day. But unfortunately not CCIV, which we have a lot of it out there. But these market makers, I try to get some more of it on the dip, and of course, as usual, they wouldn't fill me. The prices they're offering, and then they raise the prices back up. But we'll take a look. Jaguar today had a nice rally. It actually got as high as about 160, about 161, so even another 10, 11 cents higher than it's at right now. No news really on it. Can't figure out why. The good news is I averaged down and I got those extra 40,000 shares at $1.21, so those are doing nicely. If it hits 175, 180, probably dump those 40,000 shares. Kind of wait and see with it because it seems to get going and come back. But no real news yet. Hopefully it's that Dragon SPAC coming up in June. Like I said, no real news, couldn't figure it out. IDX today was also down most of the day, and then it actually rallied at the end of the day. Kinetics, pretty much flat, down a touch. But CCIV, this thing was up today, started up today, up to broke 20 again. I don't know why. This is like 3-4 times in the last week. It gets in the 20s and then just can't hold it. So not sure why, what's going on. Of course, the market makers tank these long-term options, and these are calls because we're betting on it going up. So I put an order in. They had these at like 68 cents. I put an order in at 70 cents for 300 more of the 25s and couldn't get anything filled. But I still like them. I think June is 2 weeks away. These have a few weeks. This has even a longer period of 5 weeks. It's coming up. I was hoping also to do a little hedge. And I looked this morning when it was in the 20s, and I was like, should I write the 22s? This thing could take off. This thing tomorrow, if any news or a rumor, this could be up a point, 2 points in a day. And you got to be careful when you're hedging for just 10, 20 cents, because that 10, 20 cents could backfire and cost you a lot more. So I may have to wait a little bit longer, tomorrow or Wednesday, and then I'll definitely do something because I do have a lot of contracts. I might as well take advantage of getting something out of it. But you got to be careful how much you hedge it, because like I said, it could backfire pretty quickly on you. Unfortunately, Kenny and the research team today had a horrible day, one of their worst days ever, down $3,600. But Kenny likes the dips, likes some of his plays. Had a couple today that did good for him. But unfortunately, he had a lot of them that did not perform today. So Kenny and the research team off to a horrible start to the week. So hopefully they turn it around for you guys. Don't forget, all of Kenny's plays are on the Patreon Facebook group. All my plays in real time as I make them are on the Patreon page. So you guys check it all out. Other news, futures are up a little bit after the market today, so looking good there. CCIV, our big holding, up a little bit after hours. Unfortunately, I don't know why it fell off at the end of the day. It was bouncing around, and you can see here in the chart, it was, it started out really strong, like I said, then came all the way down, and then came all the way back up. I thought, it's going to get going again, down, up, down, and I was hoping at least if it closed, this stock to move 40 cents in a day is really nothing, but I was hoping it would have closed a little bit closer, or, I just know once this thing breaks that $20, it is off to the races. Bitcoin, almost like an hour ago, was near its highs of the day at 39,000. Dropped off a little since then, but it's doing better than its lows of 33,000. Dogecoin, 36 cents, coming back a little bit from its lows. My Coinbase portfolio coming back, was at one point all the way down to about $32,000. So now we're at 42,000. Our amount of money in there we started with was 62,000. So that's where we need to be on to break even. But that's what we got going on there. I don't know. Bitcoin drops back to that 30,000. I may buy a couple. We may make a purchase, see how it goes and stuff. But let's see here. EJ says, Raja, CCIV will hit 30 before July. You heard it here first. When is the next slot live time? I 100%. Like I said, I think this thing's 30, $30 or higher. Honestly, for me, at $24.50, $25, I'm very happy with it. Like I said, it's like a piggy bank. And if you guys understand what we're up to and what's going on is, every week we roll these out, it's just more money in the bank. So if this stock hits $24, I'm going to make $1 million. Hits $24.50, I make $453,000. Hits $25, I have another 248,000. So this is, like I said, this is like a piggy bank to me. I got $1,750,000 in the piggy bank. These are some long shots. This is like betting, the trifectas and stuff like that, based on a date range. But I mean, this could be massive too. I mean, if this thing moves a point or 2 points up tomorrow, all these that are down a little bit for us, they could be up huge. It can move. And like I said, this stock can move. I mean, we've watched it do it several times. So who knows? And the other thing is, it doesn't always move with the market direction. So when the market's up, a lot of times this thing moves down. So it will be interesting how it goes. Sanders Slash says, good old Elon is tweeting how ETH is scared of Doge. So I have no clue. Need to buy ETH on the dip again. There's nothing that Elon Musk can say or do which would make me believe anything about what he says or does. I mean, he just all over the map with what he says. Ren Slots, pretty nice day in the market today. Congratulations. Hope you did well. Sounds like you did. Carla in the house. What's up, Carla? Nathan, everybody. But what else, guys? What else going on? How else did you guys do today? Any new stocks? Anything look really good for you guys? Interesting enough, AMC, one of their largest shareholders, this was interesting, one of their largest shareholders sold like $450 million. And this thing was up strong today. So it's interesting because it's the big news that this company in China sold all this stock. Reddit traders up, Chinese billionaire exit AMC with gain. His group was facing headwinds, Entertainment Holdings. So they sold those like 450 or 70 million, somewhere in there. What's interesting is that it went up today. So you have one of your largest shareholder. This is very interesting. Usually when your largest shareholder sells all their stock, it goes down. Because that's not a good sign. They took the money and ran. So it will be interesting why, like I said, besides these short squeeze, fantasy and all that kind of stuff, it'll definitely be interesting to watch AMC over the next couple of days, weeks, who knows. I am a tree. Hey, Raj, any thoughts on GTIM? It used to trade for 60 a share. Now it's a penny stock. P&E of 15. Main business may be bad, but they got Bad Daddy's Burgers, which is really good. Let's take a look. GTIM. And that's Good Times Restaurant. They're actually a Colorado locally based restaurant. I want to call it a penny stock at $4.43 a share. Bad Daddy's does okay. I don't know how many locations there are, but I mean, the ones around here do really well and stuff. They do have a lot of Good Times. One thing that could be hurting this stock, one is it hasn't had a lot of growth over time for where it's been. The 52-week range looks like it's $1 to $6, so it's actually near the high side. I have no clue when it was $60, but that probably would have been way overvalued. Market cap at right now at 6 million, but it looks like Bad Daddy's Burger and Good Times Custard Day reported financials 18 days ago, so I mean we know where they stand. I think for a food company, that's pretty good. One thing, there was an agreement between Good Times and In-N-Out Burger, because In-N-Out Burger is and Good Times are kind of similar concepts and burgers and stuff, that they wouldn't come to Colorado. Well, In-N-Out Burger did come to Colorado finally. And I can tell you, In-N-Out Burger is crushing it here, whereas Good Times is not doing so well here. They don't have the lines. They don't have, they have nothing. Even during the pandemic, when I would drive by some of the Good Times, I didn't see a lot of people there. Like I said, I do know Bad Daddy Burgers is doing well, and I actually had called a couple of weeks ago. We were going to go over there to eat, and they had like an hour wait, and I would never wait an hour for a hamburger. There's other places that I think are just as good, but like I said, those locations are doing good, but I guess you have to really look at it as how, a hamburger store that does, $3 million a year and makes $500,000, how much, is it worth? And you got a $56 million valuation, so it's probably a pretty fair valuation, and maybe it's got 50 cents a dollar upside on it, but that would be my thoughts on Good Times. David, one of our YouTube sponsors, so of course he stands out in the chat. CCL, finally finding momentum, but over the last few months, I can't remember a big up day that wasn't followed by a red day. So check out CCL. Really follow that one. When I was looking at today, Carnival today, that was just the reopening trades and saying that, we'll be sailing in the U.S. A lot of the cruise ships say they'll be sailing here soon in the U.S. So I think that, Was it? I think Carnival near its 52-week high is dangerous because if you think about it, they still haven't really made any money, so it's kind of already up there valuation wise. Another one that I was looking at today was, remember Bingo? You guys were all hot about that one. That one's like $5 now. That thing really crashed from where it's been last 6 months. So not sure what happened there, but that thing was everybody's darling. Looks like it's coming back to reality, just like some of these other ones. Same group of people who had that, the Jaguars and all those. So hopefully one of these will pick up some steam and come back. Margaret, Ren, I noticed it's down, but I'm worried if they can't accomplish making that battery and later mass produce it. And that's on QS Lockup. Hit it today. I might nibble a little this week. Not sure about all these batteries, but yeah, it was interesting. So Tesla actually had a good day today, which was kind of shocking. It was up pretty strong, 4%. So that's definitely coming back a little bit and different stuff there. But it'll be interesting what happens with Tesla and some of these other ones. NIO was up today, like $1.80, I think, when I was looking. So some of the EV stocks, like I said, I think today was just an overall terrific rally, good rally in the marketplace. Unfortunately for me, I did not have a lot of those stocks. I had CCIV, which we just need news and the name change to come through. I'm a tree. Cheers, Raj, a great insight. When you trade stocks, do you ever consider things like MACD, RSI, candle patterns? Not really. I mean, people look at teacups and, all that flags and all those kinds of things. I go with my gut instinct. If I like a company, I go for it. If I don't, I don't really look at it. So, Margaret, Ren, I just found out my cousin is a senior investment advisor at RBC, so we'll get his advice on some stocks I like. Awesome news there. That's what we need. Kenny and the research team would probably need to talk to him also, because unfortunately for Kenny and the research team today, they got slaughtered in the market. One of his second worst days ever trading, but Kenny assures me he's going to come back stronger than ever. He's got a lot of down trades. He loves the dips, and he actually had a couple of stocks today that actually did pretty good. MEIL and EVLI were the main ones, or those two, those were two of the main ones that hurt the account today. But he's got a lot of stuff he likes and had a few good ones today with MJWL, APYP, and PDGO. But we want Kenny and the research team to turn this thing around. So hopefully both of us this week will end strong. I had a terrific week last week, so unfortunately started a little weak today. The other thing is, like I said, when you have to look at these, when the market makers play with these stocks and do some stuff, but actually not as bad as it is. If you take CCIV at 1940 and you take the put contract for the 2450 at 490, they've got $60,000 in this contract in spread. So all that stuff goes away, and then if we have to, roll, obviously we'll probably have to roll out. I don't think we'll be at $24 by Friday. Next week's a short week. We seem to always do good in short weeks. You got a June coming up, so I think the market could rally and stay pretty strong. It'd be interesting. See what happens. Lord Abiris. Raja, will the market be closed on Monday next week? If so, how can that affect the market this week? Yes, we'll be closed. It really won't affect the market this week too much. It'll affect the market next week because it's only 4 days instead of 5 days. So if you're buying options and you buy them now, you get one less day of premium to come off. It comes off faster, so that usually helps, and usually those have been good weeks. So Bonsai Yama review in the house using those cool emojis because he's one of my YouTube sponsors. So Alex, what do you think about what do you think about ANVS? And also, guys, when you ask me about these stocks, if you have any information about them or anything, because a lot of these stocks I have no idea about. This would be one in particular. But I mean, here, looking at this stock, if the 52-week range is $3, $4 to $98, and it's at 56, it's right in the middle. Why it went up, I have no idea. Why it went down, I have no idea. If I was somebody looking at buying the stock, I would probably not want to be into it just because it's down and it's trended down from where it was. It looks like it was sitting on a range, had a huge spurt, and has come way down. So unless there's some huge news about it or something, I don't know. It looks like the rumor wasn't as strong as the valuation that it got. EJ, Rush, I'm going through a divorce. Should I give my soon-to-be ex-wife GME stock? I would. If you get the full value of it at today's price, that thing is going to go down. It just doesn't have the support to be there. It's just, we can take a look at it again. But I mean, today was even up like 8 points at one time. this one is going to go down. At some point, these people are going to exit. So, it's the same thing. The same people who bought Bitcoin at $62,000, they probably aren't still holding it. These people will leave at some point. Nathan, brain jacket's back to $4. I know we all want to see that thing go. Jag finally today, and it's interesting today that it moved, on no news. So that could be, insiders, that could be speculation. The good news is it moved and it's going up. The good news is I got 40,000 more shares last week at $1.21. So those have a nice $12,000 profit on them almost. At one point today, when it was, I almost thought about when it was in the high 150s. Do I dump those 40,000, take a little profit, look for it to come down again? I don't know. Like I said, 175, 180, I'll probably sell those 40,000 shares and take that profit. So hopefully it keeps going, or we get some news that really, sparks this things. It'll be interesting to see there. George says, you think DraftKings will get above 60 again? I don't know. If you look at the valuations, obviously they're growing, they're doing well. My guess would be it'll be a while before it hits $60. They have to have some big news or a really good earnings announcement, because I think overall they're losing money. So I think it'll definitely probably be a while before it gets up there. Would be my opinion. David, Raj, any reason you don't have Nvidia in the portfolio, or is this just a trading account and you have a main long-term portfolio? It's my favorite company on the entire market. Wow. Yeah, this one is just kind of my play account. I do have other accounts, quite a few other accounts, where I do have some more longer-term stuff, a lot of Apple and some of that stuff in those. But yeah, no, I know Nvidia's a good company. The thing is, there's so many good companies out there. Is there somewhere in Nvidia? Can't even find it. Nvidia. Well, I don't know why it doesn't come up, but that's weird. There it is. Nvidia. You got an extra I in there. Yeah, I know it's a good company up today. Near its 52-week highs. There's so many good companies out there. But yeah, I've never been in this one. Just one I've never really followed. I mean, I've heard the name. I see it does well, but just something I've never been into. So, and also that P&E ratio at 90 times earnings is a little bit high. Sokos last, Raja, sports cards are insane. Have you ever got into those? Check out Vegas Dave. Yeah, so I actually have a lot of sports cards from way back in the day. Unfortunately, like in the recent years, when they picked up in the Pokemon cards and stuff, I really haven't got into them. I just haven't, been into them again. I got all these cases of cards that are like 40, 35 years old now that I've been carrying around all this time, and they're probably worth less now than I paid for them. I mean, and I actually said to one guy who owns some cards and coffee shops, they're called. I said, hey, I got all these cards. Do they come back in value? And he said, no, unfortunately, it's just the new stuff. What happened is back in the day, they used to print all these cards. They said, we're like, if you guys remember Stadium Club and some of those from Topps, they said, we're only going to make, 100,000 boxes or whatever it was supposed to be. Well, they lied or somebody miscounted, and, the 100,000 boxes turned into 3 million boxes, and we all bought this stuff up, and so I think now there's a little bit more regulation and people on top of it because it has become so big. But unfortunately for me, I didn't do that well in the trading card space. I have a lot of great sets. I have a ton of Gretzky rookie cards, and that's the other thing. A lot of my cards too. I played more heavily into hockey because I played hockey. I wasn't a huge baseball, football fan growing up, so my collection is more hockey cards, stuff like that. Which unfortunately, hockey cards don't have the value that the baseball and football cards always get, and basketball cards. Hockey seems to get the least amount of value. So that's what I got for you. But good news is tomorrow we got live play up in Black Hawk, Colorado. We're at the Monarch Casino, and we haven't checked on their stock yet. Let's see how they're doing. Why is it we haven't checked on it in a few days? They were near highs after earnings. Take a look here. I think this, like I said, I think this one is a terrific company, terrific buy, little off its high of 76 up today. Like I said, I think that if I was going to buy a casino stock, this would be the one I'd go all in on. They're going to have a blowout. This first quarter for them is going to be a blowout. So, or not first quarter, second quarter for them. I mean, they're just packed and just crushing it. And I know Reno's crushing it where we go, the Atlantis. Definitely one I like a lot better than Penn Gaming. I actually own some Penn Gaming also. I got Ameristar stock, and then they bought out, Penn Gaming bought them out, so converted into Penn. And I've done well in it. I mean, obviously when it was 140, it looked a lot prettier than when it was at $80, but still done well. Can't complain. I just don't think this one's value, it really needs to move. So it'll be interesting with more casinos open and then more spread out. It'll be interesting the second quarter how this performs, but I think they've got a ways to go to catch up in the valuations of some of the smaller casinos that only have 1 or 2 locations, or 3 or 4 locations. So it'll be interesting. But like I said, tomorrow live play. Unfortunately, tomorrow I've got a busy afternoon, so we will not have a live Raja Makes Money tomorrow, but we will have live play tomorrow night for the Monarch Casino. Wishing everyone the best of luck tomorrow in the markets. Hope you guys have another terrific day. Hopefully I can have a nice turnaround day. Best of luck to Kenny and the research team. Hopefully they can turn it around. Big shout out and thank you to all our YouTube sponsors and Patreon members for your support of Raja Makes Money. And I will see everyone tomorrow night live from the Monarch Casino. Take care, guys.